Hello, and welcome to Imaginary Game News. My name is Caxt, and I will be your host. In today's episode, some of the jokes have been written by Eric, who viewers may recognize as an acclaimed guest on the Imaginary Game Club podcast. Which jokes, you may ask? Well, any of them you don't laugh at. Thank you, Eric, and I look forward to your future contributions to the show. Our top story this month features popular Twitch streamer Dr. Disrespect. 4 years ago, he was mysteriously banned from the platform, and only now have the details come to light. Apparently, he was engaging in sexually illicit messages with a minor. He disputes the severity of the claim, saying not to label him as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. It turns out disrespecting people wasn't as fun as he thought. The most interesting part of this story is Twitch's reaction. They created an incident response team codenamed Gold Sparrow to pursue investigations and take actions against sexual misconduct allegations. Soon thereafter, the Twitch Trust and Safety team then created another investigation team called OSIT, focusing on off-site misconduct by streamers. When your platform is such a hotbed for pedophilia that requires 3 separate teams, at least that we know about, it starts to explain why it takes them so long to make a move against those green screen booty streamers. Developer Nariel is working on a new game called The Crush House, modeled after reality television programs like Terrace House, Love Island, and Love is Blind. They claim that an important emotion when watching reality television is cringe, leaning into fear, dread, and horror, which makes me feel really bad for the developers on the team who were forced to watch countless hours of those shows for market research. I always knew it was only a matter of time until video games went the way of MTV and the Sci-Fi Channel. Well, we had a good run, folks. Magic the Gathering is releasing a new set aimed at beginners called Foundations. The new cards release on November 15th, and they are supposed to serve as the onboarding point for new players until at least the year 2029. In other words, if you try to start Magic in December, you'll have already missed 2 weeks of meta development, and you'll just have to wait 6 years for another shot. If you're still committed to picking up the arcane card game, you're in luck. You just have to decide if you want to pick up some play boosters, or collector boosters, or jumpstart boosters, or a bundle, or one of the 2 new sets called a beginner box or a starter collection, which are different from the previous starter sets. But now that you've got your cards, you can read the step-by-step written tutorial on how to use them for the format of your choosing, such as Standard, or Draft, or Commander, which is a variant of the Elder Dragon Highlander format, abbreviated EDH, Pauper, Two-Headed Giant, Plane Chase. It's all on the wiki, really, so good luck, and have fun losing every game against people who have been playing since before you were born. The new Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree, is out, and gamers are already losing their minds. Never before has there been a bigger controversy than just using a game's mechanics as intended. Gamers who were once too proud to use summons, or spells, or armor, or weapons of any kind are finally being broken by the DLC and having to sacrifice their gamer cards and renounce their membership to the Club of Gamers by using the Mimic tier. Unfamiliar to this strange new playstyle, some gamers predictably make mistakes and brick their 200-hour New Game Plus 7 save file irreparably by accidentally killing an important quest NPC. The shame of being an imperfect gamer is just too much for some to bear. I assume, anyways. I've only ever played as a level 1 wanderer who puts all my points into strength, because vigor is for the weak. Further on Shadow of the Erdtree, you can now get your very own Elden Ring name, courtesy of Polygon's Elden Ring name generator. I am Brother Lickhamster, gardener at Coral Grove. If this video gets 1 million views, that is the name I will give the next time I place an order at Starbucks. Somebody announced Call of Duty Black Ops 8 or something at an event recently. There will be guns and soldiers, and I saw a screenshot of a guy on a motorcycle jumping over a police, and it was cool. I can't wait to shoot all the zombies and terror guys and make big explosions happen with my rockets. Everyone who uses a grenade launcher is a noob though, and my KD is at least going to be like 1.7 and stuff. The graphics were so good it was like real life. I can't wait to play this so cool video game. It's going to be even better than Madden. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot did the honorable thing earlier this week by taking a stand against harassment, particularly harassment aimed at the world's most vulnerable demographic, game developers. He claimed that several of his teammates had been unfairly victimized by hateful comments and said, "We at Ubisoft condemn these hateful acts in the strongest possible terms, and as retribution, we fully intend to continue releasing terrible video games for the foreseeable future. Far cry about it, nerds. 420 YOLO swag, Far Cry 17 or something coming soon, this time with even more radio towers to climb." And staying on the topic of Mr. Guillemot, he also said that Ubisoft is planning to remake older Assassin's Creed games, which is fantastic news for AC fans everywhere. For years, the most passionate supporters of the franchise have been clamoring for a return to the simple mechanics and political intrigue from the first 7 times they remade Assassin's Creed 2. CD Projekt Red is riding high after the success of Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty expansion, and so are diversity consultants everywhere. Against all odds, somehow, Idris Elba and anime managed to salvage a game that even Keanu Reeves couldn't. Earlier this week, CD Projekt Red teased a bit about the game's eventual sequel. They're aiming for a version of America that's even more violent, unhinged, and dystopian than Night City. According to early rumors, the game is set in November 2024. And speaking of dystopian hellscapes, Sid Meier's Civilization VII was announced earlier this month. Personally, I'm looking forward to playing a fantasy version of America where we have more youthful, intelligent leaders like George Washington or Abraham Lincoln after the gunshot. Still better than a brainworm. The biggest mystery is what is going to happen first. Will I finish a game of Civ 7, or will senility have our leaders push the big red button and end it all, Gandhi style? That is going to wrap up today's episode of Imaginary Game News. If you didn't know, the first annual Imaginary Game Jam is taking place right now at this very moment. There's still time to participate if you want to make a video game yourself, but if you just want to sit back and enjoy your summer and see what games other people make, hit the subscribe button. The theme for this year is Troll, and I'll be making myself look like an idiot by playing through them for your entertainment. Winners will be announced here on this channel with highlights, and full playthroughs will be streamed over on Twitch. Relevant links in the description below, and have a great rest of your day. That's it, I don't actually have an ending bit here. You can go now.